Hi, this is ATF Sinner of Hate, and you're listening to FANTASM Podcast.
Phantasm.
Hi, this is Dr. Vincent West, medical doctor from the Phantasm Podcast. And today with me, I have a very, very special guest. We have Adam, the First Sinner from Hate, one of my favorite bands in the world, and we're going to be talking about their new album today.
Rugia.
Rugia.
Yeah, because it is an archaic Slavic word for today's German island of Rugen and the Baltic Sea. And but back in the days, like 10 centuries ago, it was a Slavic island. It was like a hub, religious and military hub of Western Slavic paganism, where the famous Arkona temple was located.
Okay.
So this was like the last bastion of Western Slavic paganism until I think 12th century. So it's been a great inspiration for us for some time, and this time we decided to make a tribute to those tribal cultures that melted somewhere in time, and
right.
But still very very interesting and very inspirational. Yeah.
So for the first track of the album, it's a great. Of course, that's the name, the title track of the album. It's a great way to start the record off.
I can only agree with you. Yes, this has this I say monumental riffs. The opening riff and then the closing riff as well. I thought it would be the best possible opening for the album. Yeah.
It's amazing. It really is. Rugia is a great song. And then track 2, tell us a little bit about the Wolf Queen.
Wolf Queen. Wolf Queen is it is also inspired by some Slavic mythology. The Wolf Queen, the mother of the god Veles, okay, which is the female embodiment of the dark force, dark energy coming from the natural world, right. And this is actually the shortest song we have ever written.
Oh wow.
It's just 2 minutes 28 seconds, okay, but it's very dynamic in structure as well. I think very death metal oriented, and we actually wanted to. We were considering if this would be a good song to make a video for, but finally we decided on Exiles of Pantheon, so another
right.
song, which is. And the video is actually being edited right now, so it will be shown in, I think, 1 week or something like that. It should be ready.
Absolutely awesome.
This is the second video for the album because, as you know, we have premiered one before entitled "Resurgence." Okay,
killer track.
Those two songs, "Exiles of Pantheon" and "The Wolf Queen," are more, I would say, rooted in the 90s. So this is death metal of the 90s is where we come from.
Right.
And those songs they are more death metal oriented. They have more dense structure, very ferocious, a lot of ferociousness, I would say, in both of them. And I think that at least one of them called for visualization, and we decided on Exiles of Pantheon to be the one. But we already played these two songs on our live shows.
Oh, okay.
And yes, we've had some opportunities to play at a few festivals recently.
Fantastic.
In Czech Republic and Ukraine and in our native Poland, and
awesome.
Yes, and it's those songs really do the trick on live shows. I really love to play them. It's fun.
Awesome. And to jump right into track 3, tell us a little bit about Exalts of Pantheon.
Exalts of Pantheon is about the pantheon of the Slavic gods and goddesses, deities, generally speaking. Okay.
Awesome.
Which actually, first of all, you need to understand how they perceive those deities. I mean, what they really meant to those Slavic tribal people back in the days. They simply considered them as natural elements. Okay, so they were just symbolic representations of the natural elements, and they considered the human beings being the children of those natural elements, like literally. I mean, not being a product of creation, but being the children of gods. Okay, so what does this mean? It means that we come from the natural world, like one to one.
Right.
We simply are the natural world, and that's why we should respect it. That's why we should maybe worship it, even. Okay, because those symbolic gods are part of ourselves, of our own nature. So that is basically the idea behind the Slavic deities, the Slavic Pantheon, generally speaking, and it's kind of fascinating that it's not against the what the contemporary science tells us about the natural world and the evolution. So it's kind of interesting. Yeah,
very interesting. It's a great track as well. Falling Up After Wolf Queen. Oh yeah, it's amazing. This record's so good. Track 4, tell us a little bit about Saturnus.
Well, this is about the Saturnus. The inspiration comes from some Slavic myth as well. Okay, but it is also depicted in the famous picture by the famous painter Goya, which is the Saturn father devouring his own children. Okay, so it is about this aggressive element of the jealous father, jealous of his position, or protecting his position, simply devouring his own children. It's a fantastic picture, by the way, and something very similar is in the Slavic mythology as well. Very similar story. So I thought that this is some in a way connected with each other,
right?
Maybe inspired by the Slavic mythology as well. I'm not sure about this, but this is about the relationship, a very complicated relationship, between a father and a son, or sons actually, because it's the plural there.
Right.
So this is basically about this problem, let's say, this aspect of our existence. We have sometimes very difficult relationship with our fathers, but even if we don't, there we have a part of our fathers still living in ourselves. Okay, sometimes it is something that we reject, it is something that we embrace. It's the different situations, of course, and this particular lyrics is about a very difficult situation like this, a hostility, actually.
It is a fantastic track. This album has such a great flow to it. And learning the stuff behind the songs is just such a treat. I know it will be for our listeners as well. So thank you for that as we continue here. Let's see, track 5. Tell us a little bit about Awakening the Gods Within.
Awakening Us is about a shaman invoking some energies in himself, okay, which actually transmits him into a powerful figure. Okay, so it is all about the, let's say, the energies and talents that someone has, and needs some inspiration in order to animate those energies in himself. So this is all about this, Again, the word gods here is it's not literally gods, but it is all about the deeper, more profound energies and talents that we have that needs to be released. So that's all about this.
It's that's another really, really amazing track on the album.
Yes, I like it much. I think that we actually are going to play it in our live shows.
Oh, fantastic!
When the album is out.
Yeah, it's definitely lovely. It's amazing. Let's see, track 6. Tell us about Resurgence.
Well, Resurgence is about a particular figure which is called Perun, which is the god of thunder, and it is about the resurgence of this figure of this god, which was like dead, or let's say dormant, for eternities, and then it was like a rebirth of this figure, and this is about. It is actually related to being reborn. That everybody can experience sometimes. Okay, if we really want it, if we really, let's say, if we have the will, or enough willpower to do that. You can rise like phoenix from the ashes, and this is about this, about this situation.
Right.
It's like being down and losing everything, and then being back to life. This is about this process, And Perun is just this myth of Perun is just an excuse to explore this theme. Yeah.
Again, amazing track. I like that one a whole lot as well. Let's see.
It's a bit different from the rest of the songs, as you noticed.
It is, but everything has a great flow together. You did such a great job mastering all this, or creating all this to flow together. It's perfectly placed, I think, on the album.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear this.
Yeah, it's killer. Track 7, tell us about Valesian Guard.
Valesian Guard is the one song that is really connected with the previous album, so Ori Gates of Veles.
Okay.
It's about about Veles. Some say that it is equivalent of Satan in the Slavonic mythologies.
Okay.
But it is actually more than that. I mean, the figure of Veles is much more elaborate, much more complicated, I should say. But this is the representation of the dark force in the existence in general. And this song is like continuing some theme from the previous album. It is actually one of the first songs that we did for this new one, and it contains a fragment of Polish lyrics as well. Okay, because I thought that at the end of the song, because I thought that those phrases could only be uttered in Polish, with this particular energy of the Polish language. They in English they simply didn't sound well.
Right.
They didn't appeal to us, and I decided on Polish language. It is just this one this one moment on the album, and I think it sounds really really interesting, really cool. So I think that I might be using more Polish on some, upcoming record in the future, maybe. Next record, I mean.
Nice.
Yeah.
It works really well. Me, obviously, not knowing Polish, but I don't know. It fits the music, and it feels very natural. I like it a lot.
Yeah. It's, this, the final part of the song. It only conveys the energy in a proper way if the lyrics isn't Polish, and
right.
I'm quite happy about this. That it really worked that way. Yeah.
Oh,
it is very hard actually to compose. To do metal songs in Polish.
Sure.
We tried it a few times. Back in the days, and I ended up singing in English finally. But this time I'm opening up for this more and more, with each album.
It's very, very cool. I enjoyed it very much as a longtime fan. I thought it was killer. Let's see, track 8, Son of Extinction. What can you tell us about that one?
Well, this is actually the first proper echo song that we've written. So this is about the respect for the Mother Earth, for the planet that is being destroyed by the humanity.
Right.
Very much, and this is one of those lessons that we can learn from the archaic, Slavs that worship nature in every aspect and had a revered nature, and this is something that we could also. This is a lesson we could follow, because this is in our own eyes the world is being destroyed. Okay, and I think this is the last call to do something about it, and also because we are the nature. We ourselves are the nature. We come from it, and we are the representation of it, like one to one. And this is the reason why we should respect it, Yeah. So this song is a kind of manifest. Yeah.
It's a great song. I love the meaning behind it. It's fabulous. I 100% agree with you. And let's see, the final track, Sacred, and the last word I'm going to have trouble pronouncing there. I'm going to end up messing it up, Adam.
It's Sacred Dnieper, and
Dnieper, okay.
is a big river actually, which is partly in Ukraine, partly in Russia. This was like the border, the eastern border of the Slavic world, So it was beyond the Dnieper means wilderness, It's like another world, this is actually more historic, because it is about the battles, the important struggles that took place on that natural border of the Dnieper. Okay, back in the days. I mean, the song covers some important battles with the wild. Actually Mongolian tribes that were invading Europe many times and back in the days, in a very violent way, and this is like the tribute to the Slavonic tribes that were simply defending this border back then, this frontier,
right.
Call it.
It's a great way to end the record. I listened to the album once in my car, and then I listened to it again on headphones. It's so sonic. I love what you've done production-wise with the album. Can you tell us real quick what the recording process was like for the new album?
Well, it was kind of lengthy process this time. Okay, because we simply we're trying to use the best the time given by the pandemic. Okay?
Sure.
And it was both composing and recording the album was kind of therapy for us to survive this hard time. And actually, if it hadn't been for the pandemic, I think it would have taken us more time to complete the album, maybe
Right.
1 year more or something like that. So this is this paradox, but it kind of helped to speed up this process a bit. And again, we were working with the Slavic brothers in Hertz Studio, Poland. It was our 5th album that we did with them.
Okay.
And sound-wise, we wanted to continue this atmosphere on the previous album, Ori Gates of Veles, but this time having the new drummer on board, and his technically oriented, is a fantastic technical skills. So I wanted to expose those, rhythmic structures more on this album.
Sure.
And so that's why it sounds a bit different, but still the sound is quite harsh. It's like it's not very clear, not very pure in this way. I mean, we're trying to mix it this way using the old school tape recorder produced in DDR, in the communist regime in Germany. Okay?
Right.
It's called Telefunken. There's just one manufacturer still in Germany that produces this thick tape, for this particular recorder, and yes, we use this for mixing and mastering the album, because we wanted to get this particular harshness of the sound, and some people told me recently that it sounds like we're getting back to the roots, which is the death metal of the 90s for us. This is where we come from, and it's very true. I think there is some aggressiveness or viciousness in the sound,
Sure.
that really can be associated with the 90s. Yes, I think I like it. I like this vibe and the atmosphere on the album as well. Also, the background sounds, the ambient elements that are in the music are very important and an integral part of our music as well. And we wanted to expose them as much as possible in the songs. So it is also a very important element in the music, in our music. And yes, this album has all those main elements that constitute our style, and you can call it like 100% hate album, definitely.
Oh god, yeah, it's a really, really great record. And real quick, ask you, can you tell us a little bit about the cover art?
Oh yeah, it's the cover art was made by our longtime friend Daniel Rusiłowicz. He has been an author of our layouts since Erebos album.
Oh wow!
So quite a long time. Okay,
that's cool.
And this cover art is kind of mysterious, enigmatic, with this figure, which I think represents some Slavic deity with the particular rune sign on its head, which means Odin, and Odin means unity here. Okay, so with this sign of unity, and this is a fantastic artwork for this album, because it leaves a lot of room for interpretation. It might mean different things to different people, as I see, but generally it gives this impression that there's something deeper, more profound, more mysterious on this album, and I think that it can be read in this way. Yes, it's there's more to this album than meets the eye or meets the ear at the first glance, or first hearing. It's it's a great representation for the music, I think, definitely, and this particular sign, which is the Unity Rune, it is also combined with the inverted cross in the layout, which is quite an important symbol here, because it means like united in paganism. So this is something that is one of those messages that we would like to come across with using this album, because it is, I believe, everybody has a pagan soul to be discovered.
Sure.
Which is something more profound, like a more profound identity, and that's how I treat this, journey into the, Slavic mythologies, because it's like rediscovering some deeper identity. It's really inspiring to me, and so this is one of the main symbols that we will be using from now on, I think, on different occasions, like stage, scenography, merchandise, and elsewhere. Yeah.
Well, the album is a masterpiece, and guys, Rugia comes out October 15th from Metal Blade Records. And Adam, I cannot thank you enough for your time today and telling us about this album. It's a masterpiece. I highly recommend it, guys. It's fantastic. And
thanks very much. Thanks very much, man.
Thank you so much for taking the time to do this today. We appreciate you.
I highly appreciate it, and sending best greetings to all our followers and fans, and I promise that we'll definitely come back to America. Not sure about 2022, because our schedule for next year is quite full, but
sure.
2023 is quite sure, I think. We are already talking with our agent about this, so I can't wait.
Well, we're excited. Maybe we can do this again in person, Adam. It would be an honor.
Yes, all pleasure will be mine.
Dude, thank you so much. It's been an honor talking with you today. I'm a huge fan. I have been since the beginning.
Thanks very much, man. I highly appreciate it. And when we are back in the States, you're most welcome.
Yes, let's get together. Well, I would love that, man. Beer's on me.